Namaste, my name's Gayatri and I'm taking you through a deep peace session which will include some breathing, some relaxation, some mantras, some kirtan. There's going to be a whole heap of different things that we'll practice today. So it's just going to be a nice journey. We'll just move from one to the other. Just relax. So you can lie down if you like. A lot of people find it more relaxing to lie down, especially during the yoga nidra or the full body relaxation. But if you want to sit up, you're more than welcome to sit up. Just make sure you're comfortable. Maybe have your back against the wall. And just so you can completely relax. So if you're lying down, it's good to roll up a blanket or a towel or a couple of towels and place them under your knees, or some cushions under your knees, or a bolster if you have one. And this takes the pressure off your lower back so that your back won't ache. And pop a cushion under your head because the floor gets a bit hard after you've been lying there for a while. As I said, the most important thing here is to get comfortable so you can actually focus on the meditation that I'm going to take you through. You don't want to be focusing on your aches and pains. So we're just relaxing the shoulders down. You can roll them a few times if you're sitting up, just to make sure you've got no tension in those shoulders, and let them slide down, let them sink back towards the floor. Just softening your face, your eyes are very softly closed. Parting your teeth slightly will allow the jaw to relax. Just relax your scalp. Let your body sink down into the floor. Feet are slightly parted, palms are facing upwards, fingers softly curled, sliding them away from your body. If this is not comfortable for your arms, you can place your hands on your belly. Making sure your spine is nice and straight. And the back of your neck should be long, so tuck your chin in a little bit. This will lengthen the back of your neck so we can breathe deeper. So you don't want to be lying on a high cushion, and that will stop you from being able to get that breath deep into the lungs. So now we're going to take our awareness to our breath. Just feeling the breath entering and leaving through the nostrils. Become aware of the feeling of the breath at your nostrils. Feel the breath as it enters the nostrils and makes contact with the back of your throat. Feel the breath entering into your lungs, allowing them to expand. Now watch as the breath leaves the lungs as they contract, moving up through the throat and back out through the nostrils. And just spend a few moments observing the journey of the breath. Just shoulders slide down a little further. Your mind on your breath, being aware of the expansion of your lungs as you inhale and the contraction of your lungs as you exhale. We're going to place one hand on our chest and one hand on our abdomen below the navel. Moving into our yoga breathing now. So we're filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, and we're emptying them from the top to the bottom, just like a wave. You want it to be flowing in and out, just like a wave on the seashore. Belly fills, then ribs, then chest. Chest softens, ribs draw in, navel draws in. You might like to squeeze the belly gently at the end of each exhalation, just to expel any stale air trapped in the lower lung. These deeply relaxing breaths also calm the mind. So don't let your mind wander. We want to keep it on our practice today. So if your mind wanders, gently draw it back again to the breath. We'll take 3 more of these nice, deep breaths. You can relax your hands back down into your lap or down beside your body with the palms facing upwards. I want you to really meditate upon these wonderful words of wisdom from the ancient yoga texts. Very profound. They'll have a big effect, profound effect on your life. Really take them into your heart. Aham Brahmasmi. I am spirit, not matter. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am the eternal spirit soul, the eternal spark of the Supreme Soul. I am only temporarily residing within a material body. The body is temporary, but I am eternal. Aham Brahmasmi. So we are not our body, we are not our mind. We can actually detach from our minds and become less disturbed by the activities within the mind. So let's take a step back from the mind now and create some space between us and our mind. And just as if you are sitting on the bank of a stream, watching the stream flow before your eyes, you can step back from the mind and watch the stream of thoughts flowing through the mind. Thoughts in the form of images or sounds, different emotions, fears, anxieties, worries. Desires are also thoughts. You can watch as they flow through the mind, rising to the surface, and then once again passing away. I am the silent witness. I'm simply watching this stream of thoughts. I'm not the stream itself. You don't have to go with this stream. You can detach yourself and become undisturbed by the different thoughts and feelings flowing through the mind. So that stream is a dangerous place. We don't want to dive into the stream and get swept away. Stay back. Observe the mind. and realize that you are not the mind. Now we're going to practice some conscious listening. So we're going to just focus our minds one pointedly on a mantra. The mantra is Goranga. Goranga, said in 4 syllables. Goranga. So you don't have to do anything here, just listen. Take these beautiful transcendental mantras into your ears. Let them flow into your mind and your heart. Just let them envelop you like a cocoon. It's a really nice way to take peace, to find peace and refuge, some shelter in this world. We're going to add a mantra to our breath. The mantra is the same mantra, Goranga, said in 4 syllables. So we're going to take a nice big inhalation, and then we're going to exhale, saying the mantra out loud for the entire length of your outward breath. And as we inhale, we're going to place the mantra within our mind. So we really absorb our minds in this mantra. Take a nice deep breath now. Exhale. Inhale. last one. Hold the mantra within your mind. Just let it resonate there for a few more breaths, feeling the calmness of your mind. And we're going to just adjust now if you need to adjust to get a bit more comfortable. We're going to move into our yoga nidra, or our full body relaxation. So just try to resist any urges to move. The more you move, the less likely you will achieve that nice state of relaxation called nidra or yoga sleep. We're in the realm between wakefulness and sleep. So it's a very peaceful state to be in. So just try to stay still as best you can. And don't let your mind wander off. Bring it back to your breath. If it starts to wander off at any time. We're just going to let our bodies sink down into the floor a little bit deeper now, and more relaxed, so we'll be able to just melt down a little more. Just lying back nice and comfortably. Make sure your arms and legs are uncrossed. Let your shoulders sink closer to the floor. Your neck relaxed by allowing your head to sink into the floor. With this particular body relaxation, it's not like we're trying to relax. We're just going to release tension from the body. The more you release that tension, the more relaxed your body will become. We're going to take a few nice deep breaths, filling the lungs completely and exhaling fully and completely. You might want to imagine that you're releasing any tension on those outward breaths, just breathing them away. Once you finish that last breath, just breathing naturally. Just in a nice natural breathing rhythm. Taking another step deeper into relaxation with every breath. I want you to become aware of the relaxation beginning in your arms, moving down into your hands. You pay very careful attention. Maybe you're able to feel a slight difference where one of your arms might be a little more relaxed than the other. It might be a very subtle difference. One arm might feel slightly heavier, as if the muscles in that arm are looser or more flexible. Maybe one arm feels slightly warmer, as the blood and energy flows more freely and easily all the way down that arm, flowing down through wide open blood vessels, slowly and freely pulsing into the hand and fingers. Maybe both of your arms are relaxed, and that's fine. Main thing is that we keep that nice, natural, rhythmical flow to our breath, allowing your body to sink deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Continuing to breathe slowly and gently. aware of the relaxation flowing into your legs and feet. If you were to examine your legs carefully, you may find that one of your legs is more relaxed than the other. Maybe one leg is heavier, looser. Maybe one of your legs is warmer. The blood and energy may be flowing more freely through one of your legs, pulsing down into the foot and the toes. Maybe your legs are both relaxed, equally relaxed. Just continuing to breathe in that nice, gentle, rhythmical fashion, allowing your body to drift deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation and peacefulness. You can feel the relaxation deepening as you allow your body to sink back into the floor of the cushion. Tension is melting away. The muscles in your back are beginning to soften and become more relaxed as you breathe away this unwanted tension. The relaxation is beginning to spread to the other muscles in your back, spreading into your upper back and your shoulders. Shoulders sinking further down towards the floor. Feel the relaxation deepening as you allow your head to sink back, completely supported by the cushion of the chair or the floor. Neck is relaxing more and more. The muscles of your head and face softening and becoming more relaxed. I want you to imagine you're outdoors on a warm and pleasant day. You're standing near a pond of water, where the water is calm and still, the surface is smooth. I want you to imagine that you're going to drop a little stone into that pond. You're going to watch as the ripples spread across the pond in every direction. Now imagine that you can send these soothing, cleansing waves of relaxation down from the top of your head in every direction to soothe, heal, and cleanse every muscle and cell of your body. Imagine that these waves are drifting down to relax the muscles at the top and the sides of your head. You can feel the waves drifting down to relax your forehead, allowing it to become calm and smooth. The soothing waves of relaxation are washing down to relax the muscles around your mouth, loosening your jaw, letting it soften. The waves of relaxation are slowly spreading down to soothe the muscles of your neck and shoulders. You can feel them drifting down through your arms, slowly drifting all the way down. You can even feel the waves slowly pulsing into your hands and your fingers. You can feel these waves slowly drifting down through your back and your chest. You can feel how your breathing is calmer and your heartbeat more regular. Feel your breaths slowly, freely, naturally, moving into your stomach and abdomen, allowing your abdomen to let go and relax more freely. your lower back and pelvic area, relaxing and softening. The waves of relaxation are beginning to spread down your legs, slowly drifting all the way down and out through the bottom of your feet. You feel the waves of relaxation slowly pulsing down into your feet and toes. Just as if you're watching the pond of water once again become calm, still, and smooth. You turn away from the pond and follow a pathway that takes you to a beautiful place, a place of solitude where you can feel comfortable and relaxed. Once you arrive there, you look around for the most comfortable place to lie down and just settle back. Maybe you can feel the warmth of the sun gently shining down upon you. You begin to soak up the warmth as the tensions melt away. You may be able to hear the sounds that surround you, sounds of running water, sounds of the birds or the warm breezes. Perhaps you can even imagine that you can smell the fragrance of salt air, flowers, grass, or the forest surrounding you. Imagine that you begin to soak up the warmth from the sun. Begin to breathe in the sunlight and the warmth as you feel with this warming, healing energy. Remember, as you relax, there will be an increase of blood flowing more freely and easily to every cell of your body. Every cell will be bathed in an increased supply of oxygen and nutrients. Every cell will be able to soak up the perfect amounts of these nutrients to help to heal and recharge each and every cell. As the cells begin to fill with this life-giving energy, just continue to drift in this peaceful state of calm and relaxation, just enjoying this feeling. Very gently start to move your fingers and toes. Just bringing some energy back into your body slowly. Just take your time, there's no rush. We want to take this feeling of relaxation back into our life. So just slowly come out of your yoga sleep. If you'd like to, you can raise your arms up over your head and give the body a nice long stretch from the toes to the fingertips. And then you can bring your knees into your chest, squeeze them in to release your back. You can rock from side to side or roll them in circles. And then you can roll to one side, taking a couple of breaths in your recovery position, or making your way slowly up to sitting. We're going to practice some japa meditation now, meditation on bees. So we're going to continue on calming the mind and nourishing the soul. So these are just a nice little set I've got here. Most people have beads these days, but if you don't, you can just chant along. You don't have to have beads, but the good thing about the beads is you're using that extra sense of touch, and the more senses we use in our practice, the more likely our mind will go on to where our senses are being used. So the head bead, we're going to say the mantra Hari Bol. And then we're going to take the bead next to the head bead between the index finger and thumb. I'm going to say the mantra Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. And we move to the next bead. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. We're going to keep going around until we reach the head bead once again. So you can join in with me. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Keeping your mind on that sound. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. 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 Last one. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. And then you can turn around and you can do another round if you like. like. You can do as many of you as you like. I do quite a few of these of a morning. Sets me up for my whole day. Start the day in a positive way. We're finishing off just a few minutes of kirtan. Kirtan is still using mantras, mantra meditation. We put it to music. So I'm going to sing a mantra. The mantra I'm going to sing is Om Hari Om, and then you respond. I sing, you respond. Just trying to keep your focus on the sound. Immerse yourself in this transcendental sacred sound. Namaste. I hope you're feeling relaxed and calm and nourished. And I'll see you next time around.